What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 3s to look at. The Air Jordan 3 Retro. Now this is the collaboration with both Justin Timberlake and Tinker Hatfield. This is the white cement colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes, so if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this sneaker here, it is pretty much what you would expect as far as packaging. Just like any other Air Jordan 3, you do have a black box lid, and then you do have the elephant print going through, engraved at the bottom. But like typically on the box lid, you would find like, an Air Jordan Jumpman logo. This time they switched things up and actually gave us, Tinker Hatfield's signature. For those of you that don't know, Tinker Hatfield is like, pretty much the guy who saved the day. He's designed like, so many iconic sneakers for Jordan brand, but you do have like, his signature here up top on the box lid, and it does like, it's like a red kind of glossed out like effect. Now throughout the box lid, you do actually have more of that black color, and you do have the red Jordan Jumpman logo there. The bottom portion again, you do have the gray elephant cement. Now going towards the bottom of the sneaker, you do have some Nike branding and copyright information, and then you also do have the red Jumpman logo, and then the Jordan Wings logo here, more Nike branding on this side as well. So for those that do care about that, there you go. Now the box label on the sneaker does read Air Jordan 3 Retro JTH NRG. The colorway on the box says white fire, red, and then black. So when you do open the box, and just like most Air Jordan 3s, you do have that hit of red up underneath. And one thing I do want to highlight, this sneaker was actually worn by Justin Timberlake during one of his Super Bowl performances. Not really sure like what Super Bowl or what year that was, but it was one of the sneakers that he worn on feet. And when you look at the sneaker, it does look just like what you would expect from most Air Jordan 3s, but there are like, some things on this sneaker that are a little bit different. But it looks just like what you would expect from most Air Jordan 3s. Pretty much, they have like the white leather upper, flat white laces, and then you do have the gray elephant cement. Excellent shoe, man, but there are some things that are a little bit different on this sneaker, and I'll go ahead and highlight those throughout the review. But there you go, Air Jordan 3 Retro, Justin Timberlake, and Tinker Hatfield. So let's take a look at the right shoe that we always do. And when you look at the sneaker, it does look like what you'd expect from most Air Jordan 3s, as mentioned before. So you do have this leather white upper, and they do have some heavy tumbled leather going through the entire upper portion of the sneaker. On the lateral side, you do have this mud guard situation here in this smooth white leather, and then up top you do have more of that white leather here, and then going across where the sock liner of the sneaker is, and you do have that white perforated leather going towards the ankle. You do have this hit of the elephant print here in gray, and then going towards the front toe box area. Pretty, standard with most Air Jordan 3s. You do have this black and white midsole, and of course you do have the air bubble there, and you can kind of see through, the air bubble going towards the other side, and that's pretty standard with most Air Jordan 3s. Now, the most noticeable difference with this sneaker versus any other Air Jordan 3, you do have this short Nike swoosh here, and it is in this white 3M material here, and it is reflective. So depending on how the light hits this sneaker, you are going to see 3M reflection here. And what a lot of people don't know is this sneaker was actually it's kind of like the original design for the Air Jordan 3 sneakers. They just kind of did away with the Nike swoosh. So for them to kind of incorporate that with this collaboration, I thought that was a solid touch. I was always a fan of it, and it just kind of looks different. different. Sometimes you just gotta switch things up instead of just throwing and smacking a, you know, different colorway on the sneaker. But nevertheless, you do have more of that white along the midsole here. Now going towards, like, you know, the top upper portion here, one thing I do want to spotlight, you do have this black I stay here, and that's basically, you know, an extra, like, you know, lace loop, and that is in plastic there. You do have more of that perforated white leather here, and you have some white I stays here for like the lace, for the laces, and then you do have some more preparation here, and it is like, you know, it has those red circle tabs through there, and that just, you know, for like, you know, the laces. And then that's pretty much it for the lateral side. But as we shift gears and go over to the front toe box area, you are met with more of that heavy white tumbled leather here in the toe box area. You do have the double mud guard, so again you have that smooth white leather here, and then you do have that light gray elephant print there going towards, like, you know, the front toe of the sneaker. Now going towards the tongue of the sneaker, now one thing that I do want to highlight, it is more white leather here up underneath going towards, like, you know, the midway of the tongue, and it is in white and it is perforated. The sneaker itself did come with these flat white laces, which is pretty standard with most Air Jordan 3s. But as you get towards, like, you know, the towards the mid portion of the tongue, going towards the upper of the tongue, you do have more of that white leather, and they did give us this red Jordan Jumpman logo there. On the back of the tongue of this sneaker, I'm gonna try to take the shoe tree out, because one thing that is a little bit different on this sneaker, it is, like, you know, red on the back of the tongue. On the right sneaker, you actually have Justin Timberlake's signature. On the other sneaker on the left, you actually have Tinker Hatfield's signature. Excellent touch for this sneaker. I like little, you know, Easter eggs, so to speak. I just felt like that was a pretty solid touch. When you go over towards the medial side of the sneaker, it's pretty much what you expect from any other Air Jordan 3. It is consistent with the other side. You have the heavy white tumbled leather up here on this mid portion. You have the white leather here and perforated here and on the mid foot of the sneaker. Now, one thing that's a little bit different on this sneaker on this side, they actually have this gray, and it is embroidered Nike logo there, branding, and that doesn't really show up on like most Air Jordan 3s. Now again, this is kind of patented after you know, Tinker Hatfield's original design for the Air Jordan 3, so I'm here for it. More of that white leather going towards the front toe box area. You do have the hit of that light gray cement, not cement, but elephant print going towards the back and going toward the front toe box area. You got your black on white midsole, and again you do have your air bubble there showing the you know, to the other side of the sneaker. Now when you do go towards the rear of the sneaker, one thing that I was happy, again, they did give us that Nike Air branding going on this plastic tab here on the back. You do see more of that light gray elephant prints coming up from like the heel, and you do see more of that black on white midsole going towards the rear of the sneaker. Now going towards the bottom portion of the sneaker, it is pretty much consistent with what you'd expect from most Air Jordan 3s. You do have the red circular traction here. It is mostly gray up underneath. You do have this hit of white here as well, and they do have the red Nike text there as well. But in a nutshell, that is pretty much it. Going towards to the left side of the sneaker, one thing that they did that was a little bit different, they actually did give us this it's just like, you know, a little like a little tag, and it does have Tinker Hatfield's signature, and they do have the Jordan Jumpman logo kind of, you know, small there. And then, like as I mentioned earlier in the video, on this side of the sneaker, you actually have Tinker Hatfield's signature behind the tongue on this sneaker on the left. But you do have the gray embroidered Nike text there, and then you do have the 3M Nike swoosh. Other than that, the sneaker is pretty consistent with the other side. No other noticeable differences. But also want to, let me go ahead and pull the insoles out on this one. Now, one thing that was a little bit different, the insoles, like with most Air Jordan 3s, they'll give you like, you know, a insole, and it'll have like, you know, Jordan or Nike branding. This time they actually did give us this gray insole, and it does have Tinker Hatfield signature, and it does look like it has like the original Jordan 3 sketch there as well. Yeah, man, pretty solid sneaker, man. If I were to actually rate this sneaker, I would go ahead and rate this one a 10 out of 10. It's an Air Jordan 3 white cements. Is actually one of my favorite Air Jordan 3 sneakers of all time. So for them to kind of add like, you know, elements from its original design by it being a collaboration, just like, you know, just doing things a little bit different. Even with the box lid, just incorporating Tinker Hatfield's signature on the box lid, on the insole, and on a little tag here. I did tell you guys earlier in the video I'm a fan of, like, you know, this Nike swoosh here, man, so I'm here for it. 10 out of 10. As far as size and go, this sneaker does fit just like any other Air Jordan 3. Now for me, that is true to size, so I don't really foresee a reason for you to want to kind of go like up or down like a half size or anything like that. Just kind of stick true to size. But I definitely want to take the time to shout out the vendor who actually gifted me these sneakers, because I've wanted this sneaker in my collection for, you know, some time now, and I have been looking for this sneaker for quite some time. So for them to actually, you know, find this sneaker and it looks to be in like, you know, excellent condition, like yeah, man, shout out to the vendor. But I definitely want to thank you guys for, you know, tuning in like always. But remember to stay engaged with me. I'm on all social media platforms. I can be reached on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is at the King of Soul. But before we go, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a 360 in the B-roll like I always do. But there you go. Air Jordan 3 Retro, Justin Timberlake, and Tinker Hatfield. So there's the front of the sneaker. There's the lateral side of the right, lateral side of the left sneaker. There's the bottom portion. There's the medial side of the sneaker. And then there's the rear. But again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to tune in like always. But until next time, see you later.